So today it was quite exciting because we managed to meet all together with me, Shivam, Chris, and then I met with Nikiruka and Fortune. We actually had a really long conversation with Fortune and Nikiruka about the economy in Nigeria. And after 40 minutes of talking on the meeting where we really supposed to, talk about what we've done last week and summarize it and do our planning, we're really I should tell them what's the plan for the next week. After 40 minutes of talking about Nigerian economy in comparison to, English economy and Polish economy, because I'm living in England, but I'm Polish there, based in Nigeria. And I was like, guys, this conversation is just beautiful. Like, we have so many different ways of seeing the world. Like, there are so many different ways of living, that if I knew that we're gonna get to that kind of conversation at the beginning of the meeting, I would start recording that and then post it somewhere, because it's just priceless how much information I got from them and how did we really exchange the experiences. We've done that a few times before, but today was like out of the question, the longest and with the best conversation that we had. And I guess, in Nigeria, the world is unfortunately not as fair to the people over there and as to the people in Western world. Like, people in Western world are really complaining about their lives and all of that stuff, but in comparison in what's going on in different countries, for example, like Nigeria, it's just like, it's a different level of living. And so yeah, they got me a few facts that I wasn't expecting really. And so that was really nice conversation. And then obviously we went to work. I've met with Ravin as well when we were talking about the last week when he wasn't really working because he has some family problems. This week we chat for an hour. We merged all of his branches. We went through all of the errors that are on his branches. I explained what it has to be done properly, and I told him, like, do it as soon as possible. Once it's done, just enjoy the rest of the week. So I would hope that by Wednesday everything will be done, and I can just merge everything and just maybe by Friday push the new version with all of the corrections and just release to everyone over there who listening, and to the investors, and to everyone really who would be interested in downloading our app. And so that done, I had a meeting with Shivam, and then I had a meeting with Shivam. Then I had a meeting with Shivam and Chris, where we did exactly the same that I've done with Ravin, which means we went through all of the with all of the errors that I found over the weekend. We talked through them. We really assigned the task to both of them, what has to be done over the next 2-3 days, so we can fix all of that stuff and merge everything again together and release the full working version to both Apple and Google Store. In terms of the last week, I think I said already a few things on Friday what happened. We managed to actually release the application to Google and Apple Store. We managed with some errors, unfortunately, that, like I said, that we are fixing right now. On the business side of things, we managed to finish the full registration process for the business. It still needs to be checked, because in the morning when we wanted to check it with Nikiruka, unfortunately the servers were down. So that's another thing that we need to figure out with Shivam this week. So that will never happen, because we've done a little bit a big restructuring of the servers that we have, because our application right now is half decentralized. So we have some of our code on the centralized centralized servers, but the personal data of our users are completely decentralized on decentralized servers. So we do not own that data, we do not store that data, but the code right now is centralized. In the future, I would like to change that, but slowly, step by step. So right now we have some errors with those. We trying to figure out how to do it so they don't crash all at once after that restructure, because before it didn't happen. So Shivam again will deal with that over this week, and hopefully by the end of the week we will have some solution and really it will work, because that's why we've done all of the restructuring. So even if one server will go down, the other server will run the whole application, and we won't have any downtime. And yeah, that was really what happened last week. Like I said, Ravin didn't really work because he had the family issues. Chris was doing he finished all of his tasks by Tuesday, and Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, he had planned some courses that he was doing. But again, he finished everything by Tuesday, so I was like, yeah, that's completely fine. Like, go and educate yourself because it's gonna be just better for Uniflow, obviously. Nelam unfortunately left. She said that she's not able to work the way we are working without, only based on the equity, unfortunately. And Fortune also had some problems with their child, so he wasn't able to do much. Today we sat down and I explained to him exactly what has to be done with the API that he is building. I think he got it. If he didn't, I told him to come back to me tomorrow and we can sit down again and go through it. But I think I write it down step by step, everything for him, so it should be good. For now, for this week, thank you very much.